Okay, welcome to the downtime session for Seelah, the champion. Hello, Purdie. How are you?
I'm good. How are you doing?
Yes, fantastic. I am very excited to see what Seelah gets up to in this downtime session. Um, because we're recording, we can do things like edit and take a break, so you don't need to be on 100%
100%.
of the time, which is nice. But at the same time, I guess let's get into it.
Yeah, let's go.
What is your plan? You sent me some plans.
I did. I did send you some ideas.
Hmm.
I think the first and like one of the major things that Seelah wants to do over a week of kind of not twiddling her thumbs, but just having time to herself would be to go into town, into Otari, and just
Mm,
kind of like search around and get a vibe of the town.
mm,
Like being from like more like kind of city vibes herself, just wants to figure out, okay, what's the layout? What's the happening going on here? Like, where are the hoity-toity people, and where are more of probably my type of people as well?
fair enough.
Just
Yeah.
kind of, you know how like you get a general vibe of the city when you go visit for the first time. I think
Hmm.
she wants to get that, and then that way she'll have knowledge of like, oh, my shield's broken. I know where the good blacksmith is, not the blacksmith everyone recommends.
Mm,
And
yeah,
then
yeah,
that
yeah.
kind of thing. Yeah. She wants to get knowledge in her back pocket.
Mm. Okay. So for this, I would say you have 10 days.
Oh,
Um,
10 is amazing.
yeah. Which is crazy. Um, for this, I'll say that you can do a number of different checks, but the basic
Yeah.
one would be just diplomacy to just, you know, gather information about the town. Um,
Yes.
Depending on what way you wanted to go, you could also roll society to try and like. There's a specific skill feat for it called courtly graces where you can like talk to nobility with society,
Oh.
but you can roll society to kind of like get a vibe on how the sort of noble structure or like the hoity-toity
Hmm.
structure works. Um, and let's say I think for you, let's do diplomacy followed by a religion check,
Yeah.
followed by a crafting check. Um,
Yeah, just throwing
yeah,
a wild one. I like that.
yeah.
Yeah, I think it would be important.
Mm,
She would want to see if there's like another temple or something as
hmm.
well, being like, hey, have you heard?
Hmm.
Have you heard the good
Have you heard the good word? Yeah,
word?
absolutely.
Yep. Okay, let's rock the diplomacy. That's
Hmm.
seems like my best potential role.
Hmm.
Watch me
Yeah.
mess this up.
So day one,
Day one.
you
Let's
also
go.
have a hero point was what I was going
Yeah,
to say.
okay. Wow, how convenient. I think I
um,
might use that immediately.
yeah,
Wow.
that was
First roll.
yeah.
It's not as bad as it could have been.
Mm-hmm.
Could have been worse.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm gonna clock in the hero point
Yeah,
immediately. I don't want to make a social faux pas
yeah.
straight off the bat.
That's complete. Oh, oh,
Oh, look at that.
yeah.
Look at her go.
Much better.
Much better.
Um, yeah. This will actually be a critical success. For the
Oh,
town of Otari, which is great. Um,
yes.
so there's a little bit of drama.
Ooh.
So the current mayor of Otari
Mm-hmm.
is a man by the name of Osef Menhems.
Oh, so
Um, you will see him. In his role of a mayor and that sort of thing. Um, he has this sort of stern and focused demeanor. You'll be able to spot him, and one of the reasons why I like the critical success is because I was like, haha, I get to show you art and stuff of
Oh, yay.
this guy.
Oh, he's He's funky. I like it. That's bold color choices
Hmm.
for him.
Yeah.
I like
Um,
it.
yeah. So you will find out that the mayoral sort of campaign runs every couple of years, and there's Osef has been the mayor for like a few terms now, but there's one individual who who would like to go for mayor, but has been shot down multiple times because he's got more of a sort of gruff exterior,
Mm.
and that is Carmen Rajani, the local town blacksmith. So if I show you
Ah.
him, there we go.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
Yeah,
That broken nose is
mm,
it's not gonna help you.
yeah, absolutely. Um,
Suggest some rhinoplasty. Just quickly fix that up.
yeah,
But he's also very fit, so
yeah.
like
Mm, mm. So he owns the Blades for Glades,
blades for blades.
and
That's cool.
because of your critical success, you will know that he is descended from one of Otari's founders, uh,
Ooh.
Vol Rajani. Despite his pedigree of that, he has lost a total of four mayoral elections in a row
Oh.
to
Oh.
Osif. Uh,
But he keeps trying,
yeah,
so like
yeah,
good for him, I guess.
yeah, yeah, absolutely. Um, so, yeah, he is a good, um, he is a good blacksmith. Like he's really good at
Mm,
what he does. But he has this sort of, a lot of people don't like to deal with him because he has this sort of brash, standoffish initial demeanor that you have a
mm.
feeling is more just from like a souring towards the town in general.
Yeah.
After losing like,
After losing
yeah,
four
yeah,
times. He doesn't have the popular vote and he knows
yeah,
it.
absolutely. Um, okay, yeah. So the so that's sort of like the main political,
Mm,
and like, what's the word? Main tension, in town.
yeah.
Um,
Is there another election coming up?
there is not one coming up for another sort of year or so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's not like, oh, this is gonna rear its ugly head in the middle of
No,
shenanigans.
no, no, it's fine.
Not yet.
Not yet.
I can
Um,
research and choose a side.
mhm, that's the one. Just a quick side note, because I give you odd information.
Mm,
Um, the when things go bad, people call the Otari garrison, which is the local town guard. Um, you will know that the Otari garrison is commanded by a man by the name of Lardus Longsaddle.
oh no.
Yeah, which is an unfortunate name for him, but that is the character.
Oh, that's very unfortunate.
Yeah,
Long saddle. Oh
it's
no.
it's an old family name.
It is. It's unfortunate. You could change it. You have the power to change
Hmm.
your name.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he looks like he's been told that he has a terrible name multiple times as
Hmm.
well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um. So yeah. So that's what you get with your
Nice.
diplomacy.
So
On your
I know the movers and shakers.
the movers and shakers. Um. So let's do. So that can be your first day, I would say, of just
Yeah.
gathering information. Unless you wanted to do anything quickly, uh, with this information.
Um, Probably not. I
Mm,
think I'd be too like I don't want to be like too cocky and just like go visit Blades for Glades just
mm,
like off the bat because I don't need anything at the moment, so it seems weird to like show up and just be like, I just want to suss you out.
mm,
I think next time maybe Seelah's shield gets broken though, that's where she'll go and try to figure out if Carmen is a worthwhile candidate, and maybe we could try to influence either way
Mm,
of like, stop going running for mayor.
mm-hmm,
It's not a good idea for you, clearly. Or actually, you got some good points. Let's
mm,
boost you. But I think that's more of a long-term thing for her.
mm,
But she's interested in the fact that there is a blacksmith
mm.
around trying to make change. That's kind of interesting to her.
Yeah.
So yeah, she'll like just gather that information, have a couple of drinks with someone, and
Hmm.
be like, "Tell me about the town."
Awesome. I'll say that you also know that there are three taverns in town.
Ooh,
Uh,
yeah.
there used to be four, but there is now only three.
Oh,
Um, so it is the Crow's Cask, which you already know
yep.
about, the Crook's Nook,
The Crook's
um,
Nook.
which is a tavern slash inn on the bridge in town. So over here. If you can see that. Hold on.
Yep, yep. I was
Uh,
zoomed in the wrong part of town, but I know where
let
you're
me.
pointing.
There we go. Over there.
Yes.
Um, the last of the currently active is the Rowdy Rockfish, um, which
That's
you will
cool.
know, despite its name, is actually the quietest of the three
Oh,
taverns. Yeah.
I think we made the mistake of going there, getting ready to get lit, and then was like, "Oh no, we made a mistake."
Hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely.
So what happened to the last one?
So the last one,
Did
the
did Sione
Thirsty
burn it down?
Alpaca was the name of the last one.
Thirsty alpaca.
Hmm. Um,
Oh.
so, um, there was an accident which caused there was an accident which caused the thirsty alpaca to basically collapse. So
Oh.
um, the structure kind of fell apart, and several people died in this just dramatic collapse. And
That's
um,
horrible.
yeah, and there today a lot of people avoid the ruins of the place because there's strange lights and eerie sounds that kind of give the place a reputation of being haunted. Um,
Mm,
and so it's kind of that thing of like, what is going on here? But
that's
also,
kind of intriguing.
yeah, but also it's a place that the locals avoid because just enough bad happened there, and you can see it on the map is the pile of
Oh, that's
ruins.
that pile.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah. Oh,
mm,
that's sad. It was like Riverside as well. Would have had a lovely view.
mm-hmm,
Oh,
yeah.
also a cool name, Thirsty Alpaca. I love
Yeah, I love the
it.
name.
It's a cute vibe. Okay,
Hmm.
I definitely curiosity peaked.
Mm.
Add that to my growing list of side quests.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, find out what happened. Defeat
Hmm.
the ghosts of old patrons drinking there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Um,
okay. Okay, yeah. Interesting. That's a good first day, I think.
yeah. So second day, you're looking for effectively you're looking at the religion check, finding out what the faith of the town
Yeah.
is.
Yeah, see if there's like multiple temples or if they're just like really honing
Hmm.
in on just the one god or something. That seems good.
Yeah.
Let's give it a go. See what I can roll. Oh, it could have been worse. It flirted with the one and then it flicked back.
You would know that the only sort of temple there's like a couple of shrines in town,
Mm.
um, in that there are places dedicated to a faith. So the Crow's Cask is actually a shrine towards Caden Kalian. You've found that out before.
Mm.
Um, and because he is the drunken hero, part of the worship is actually like the brewing and having of um,
I love it.
of alcohol.
Next character, definitely there.
Yeah. um, but the major church in town will be the Dawnflower Library. The Dawnflower Library is this large temple that stands on the town's westernmost edge, and you can see over there.
Over there. Oh, all the way on the edge.
Hmm.
Yeah, it's so pretty.
Yeah, you see, there's this large panes of stained glass window, and also in the dawn light, the way that the domes are set up causes effectively a reflection to make the domes seem like they're made of pure gold in the morning
Oh,
light. Yeah.
that's so pretty.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, yeah. I make a mental note
Mm.
to bring Kyra here. Just be
Hmm.
like, Shh. I know it's not quite the right, but like I know she appreciates the sun. I just have to wake up on time one day and drag
Yeah.
her over.
Yeah. That's the one. So as you go in, you will know that Vandy Bander Dash is the head priestess, who is this lovely lady.
Oh,
Hmm.
she's so cute. I love.
Hmm.
That's
And
adorable.
yeah, she's a very like kind and open-minded individual who worships the goddess Sarenrae.
Yes. Okay, so then yes, perfect.
Hmm.
But it's also a library, you were
But it's
saying.
also a library. Yeah.
Yeah, that's I think like me, Purdy would be like, yes, let's research and get information. Me, Seelah is like, I'm
Mhm.
not so like I can read. It's just not my strongest
Yeah.
suit. So
So
yeah,
you
I think it's a struggle.
so you will see in this library, even though the primary dedication is to Sarenrae, taking up the
Mm.
eastern portion of the temple, there is also shrines dedicated to Caden Kalian, Erastil, and Gosra.
Have I heard or like come across any of these before?
You're trained in religion, right? Or in
I
this sort of.
am a little bit,
Hmm.
yeah. Got a plus
So
5.
because you're trained, I'll just give you the information.
Mm.
Um, the Erastil is like a sort of small community god. He's got the moniker of like Old Deadeye, and he's all
Mm.
about trying to protect like the family hearth and home, as well as like providing for communities. He's against things growing like into sort of big cities and that sort of thing, because he
Yeah.
finds that a lot of that, like a lot of worshippers and the sort of faith finds that once things get into that city vibe, that you lose something,
Mm.
something special about having that small community, which is cool.
Yeah, I kind of love that.
Yeah.
It's very
Um,
wholesome.
yeah. You will also know that Gosra is also known as the Wind in the Waves, and that is the two-person, represented as the two-person deity of nature. So they are a true neutral deity, which is basically the embodiment of nature.
That's cool.
Hmm.
That's cool. Yay. Um, yeah, I think despite her like best instincts,
Hmm.
like I think Seelah would ask about like hellhounds and like man, I faced some in the forest and it
Hmm.
was not good, particularly for me. What can I do about this? Like, how do I better protect my
Do
friends
you
and
ask Vandy?
myself? Yeah, I think so, because I don't think Seelah has the library knowledge to go like find a book on her own. She's
Mm.
just probably very overwhelmed. Never seen this many books in her life.
What would her bonus be? Let me just quick math. Quick math.
Yeah, just be like, please, from one religious lady to another. Hellfire sucks.
That makes sense. Okay. I got a number.
You got a number.
hmm Um,
Hopefully it's a good one.
yep. So let's do. Let's roll for Vandy's knowledge of hellhounds. It's not a great roll, but
It's not a great roll. That's okay. I don't blame her.
She will, with this knowledge, with this thing, she can tell you. She can tell you that hellhounds are, they are, you know, as the name suggests, infernal canines. As you seem to have known, their flesh is the color of burning pitch. Their teeth is as sharp as any fiend's pitchfork, and they have a shroud of ever burning hellfire that surrounds them at all times. Really nasty stuff. It is something that I have heard that that they have is they have an immunity to any sort of fire magic that's thrown at them, or
Yeah, that tracks.
I mean they're breathed in fire. That makes
Yeah.
perfect sense. Um, but in general though, they do, because they are breathed in fire and all sort of like inhabit this fire. They are weak to like frost and cold.
Oh, okay.
So
That's kind of good to know.
so if you had some like cold magic or something along those lines, you could probably deal with the hellhounds a lot easier.
I don't think my friend Sione really packs anything chilly, but might be able to see what we've got.
Fair enough. Well, yeah. It's always good to see a faithful of Iomade in the temple. And I'm glad that I could help.
Yeah,
That's
well, hopefully I'll be able to help better now with the hellhound situation that's happening outside of town
mm,
before it gets into town. Don't
mm.
want that for anyone, especially all these books look very flammable. So,
Yes. Yes, I would very much prefer that the Hellhound does not get into these stacks. That would be a great loss.
fabulous. Yeah, that's what I'm about. Protecting people like yourself. And she goes to like tap her on the shoulder and then realizes she's a lot shorter and just keeps going. Be like, oh, okay.
Like awkwardly, like just leans down
Yeah.
and taps on the shoulder.
Well, most of the party is
Mhm.
is Seelah's height, so she's used to like engaging up here.
Mm.
She's just a little awkward.
As you like go down to tap on the shoulder, she follows your hand and high fives you on the
High
way
fives instead.
on the way down. Yeah,
Oh, it's so like adorably awkward.
yeah.
I love it. I think
Um,
Seelah's just flustered because she's like, you were so smart, like much smarter than me. Like I'm physically great, like so strong, but like when she engages with like smarter people, she just doesn't know what's going on. She can flex with the sword and shield, not with the
well,
tongue.
I know that we don't have anything dedicated to Iomade here,
Mm.
but we do have some texts about her heroic acts, the things that led to her becoming a god. So if you wanted to check some of that out for some personal reading,
That'd be kind of cool.
I'm sure
I
you
have some
already
time up my
know.
sleeves.
I'm sure you already
A
know
little bit.
about that, but if you'd like to take that time to enjoy that, we do have that here.
Yeah. I guess like we've kind of moved into Otari reasonably recently, so it just make it feel a little bit more like home, I guess. Even if I know the stories already, it's something comforting in the
Mm,
heart.
mm, absolutely. I completely agree. I'll get that for you.
Thank you. And she just
Vandy,
like awkwardly stands there, like trying not to touch anything.
Vandy goes off and she gets she gets a tome, which you see is emblazoned with the shining longsword symbol that
Mm.
makes up, your um, that makes up your sort of deity's holy symbol, is sort of embossed on the leather cover of this
Mm.
book. She hands it over to you. I'm sure that you're good for it.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we just live in the we don't call it a fish camp anymore. We're trying to come up with a new name. But what used to be
Oh, where
formerly known as
Kyra
the
is
fish
from.
camp. Oh, she's already been here. I was gonna bring her here. Oh well. I mean, it makes sense that she found you already.
Yeah.
That's cool. Yeah, yeah. Well, same place. Same
Mm,
place. Yeah, gotta come up with a better name. Gotta come up with a better name.
she came by one of the dawns in for the dawn service, and yeah, it was great to meet with her. She says that she's looking after your home, and that equally she needs to find a better name for what it is. Um,
Yeah, it's a disaster. We can't call it a fish camp. It's not a fish camp. It's not even a fish home anymore.
mm,
It's
that's
yeah, she's doing a really good job though.
yeah, and she seems like a good sort. So I I hope that you enjoy that reading, and
I will do. I'll bring
s-
it back in one piece, I
stay
promise.
safe if you're fighting against hellhounds.
Yeah, yeah. That's a problem for future Seelah. Like 7 days away, Seelah.
Well, if you are fighting them and you do get injured, just know that you can come here and receive healing if you so need it.
That is good to know. I often do get very injured. So good to know someone else can help me out.
As a champion dedicated to Iomedae, I'm sure you have some of her blessings as well to
Yeah,
protect
yeah.
yourself. But if you do need anything that can't be covered by that, please do not hesitate.
I will keep that in mind. I appreciate that so much.
And remember, aloe vera is
Aloe
really.
vera, yes. Oh, we should grow some at the camp. That would be great.
So you finish up
I'm writing
the.
that down.
So you finish up conversation with Vandy,
Yep.
as you have about like four more awkward goodbyes, and then like
Yeah.
starting to talk again. Um, so you have a bit of information about some of the religious things because there are shrines dedicated to those gods here,
Mm,
but you're not sure as to where the sort of like centers of worship are in town.
yeah. Yeah. But it's nice to know that there's some faith around.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, as you enter onto this sort of third day,
Mm.
you're wanting to get a lay of the land for crafting, right?
Was it me crafting? Yeah? Yeah. Well, yeah, kind of just figuring out if things happen with my shield
Hmm.
or if I want to upgrade anything, I guess.
Hmm.
Um, yeah, let's give it a go. I just looked at my crafting score. It's gonna be fun. It's
Hmm.
gonna be fun. I'm gonna see it happen. I might just
Love
end
it.
up at one of the pubs.
Yeah.
Let's go. Oh, that was almost an 18 though. I think I threw it too hard.
Um,
Yeah, work with my 5 Holt. What do I find? I
so,
just circle back and go back to the Blades
uh,
of Glades. I'm like, oh, okay, this is the one place.
mm, you know that there's not really many blacksmiths in town,
Mm.
um, and that if you're wanting metalworked gear, that this is kind of the one place.
Blades of Glades. Yep,
Yeah.
okay, that makes sense.
Hmm.
Yep, I'm like, okay. I guess I should have figured that one out on my own, but it's good to know he is here.
Hmm.
Um, I think my shields are fine at the moment because I've got two. I've got a polished shield and a regular steel shield, so I don't want to carry like 100 shields with me. That seems so pointless. Um,
But
it's
what
good
if
to have a
one
backup
breaks?
one. Yeah, that's a good point. Do I don't use repair kits because I'm not obviously super crafty.
Hmm.
Um, but I think Sione is trained in them. I think she's fixed my shield once before. Are they consumable items? Like,
The repair kit? No,
yeah.
it's not.
No, they're not. Okay,
It's
that's
kind of like
awesome.
healer's tools. It's sort of the the tool set that allows you to repair stuff, but it's not like
Okay.
it's got charges or anything like that.
Yeah, that's all good. I was thinking about if it was buying some more, so don't need to stress about only the two shields. Yeah, okay. That's cool. I guess I just like maybe hang out in afar and just like watch the dynamic of Blades for Glades. Yeah.
Mm.
I did roll well, so I think I'll probably get bored and just go back home after a while and be like, okay, I'll go back for lunch, and then I just stay there for the rest of the day.
Um, as you're there for the morning, make a perception check.
I can certainly try. We've seen how well these go already.
Hmm.
Okay, not terrible.
Okay. Something will catch your eye. And that is a set of on a shelf behind the counter. There is a set of runes,
Mm.
which are sort of like set into individual stones. Um, they look pretty interesting. Like you look at one of them and you swear that you've seen a similar kind of design on on your smoking sword, on your magical smoking sword. Um,
Ooh.
you look at the next one and you see see that it's sort of almost where one design ends, like the one that is on your smoking sword, this other one picks up, um, and you see is more intricate and flowing. Um, you kind of get the feeling that this rune would make your weapon more powerful.
That's kind of cool.
Mm.
Um, yeah, I think it's Seelah figures that out. Just goes and looks in her bag. We're like, it's not a lot of coins
Mm.
here. I don't
Mm.
think I can afford it.
Mm.
But there's no harm in asking. Obviously, when you ask, you can't afford, but
Mm.
that's fine. I'll accept it. And yeah, I think she'll go up. Whether or not Carmen's here or like someone
Yeah.
else is just minding the shop.
Carmen comes back out. He appears to have like a sort of a rollout of different items that he's restocking the shelves with.
Mm.
As you approach, he looks at you. Do you need something fixed?
Not yet. Always at some point in the future. No doubt about it. No, I
You're
want,
new in town.
well, yes, very fresh. I mean, not super fresh. We already have a house and it's become a home, which is beautiful. What used to be known as the fish camp, yet to be named
Hmm.
property down on the water. That's us, yeah.
Okay.
It's a good place. We're here for a while, I imagine. We're at least trying to sort out some things
Did you
while
have
we're
something you
here.
wanted, or
Yeah, sorry, I'm
beyond
rambling. I'm just,
conversation?
yep. I have this sword, and I like pull out the smoking sword,
Okay.
and it just smokes all the time, unstoppable. Uh, I see you've got like
That's
kind of the
quite enchantment.
next, yeah, you've got the next one though, and like I can't afford it now, so I just need to know how much I need to save to make it better, and I just hand it to him.
He takes it. Hmm. Seems that there is something else to this blade
Oh,
beyond the
yeah,
smoke.
it sets people on fire.
Beyond the smoke, and you see that he kind of like uh, takes it, and then he like rests it slightly against his hand, and then
Mm.
grabs out a blacksmithing glove, puts it on, and then like holds it. Um,
Yep, that's fair.
Looking at the blade, on down the length of it. Yes, I believe that a striking rune would improve this.
Ooh, okay. Yeah. I mean, like, how much is that gonna set me back? And try to look very casually rich, even though
65
I am
gold.
not. 65 gold. That seems very reasonable. Yeah. Okay. And what would that do for it? The striking makes it better at hitting, maybe the first time rather than the second time.
um, he like runs a thumb sort of along the blade's edge. This this sword strikes, and as it does so, it rends through flesh and steel and all the like. What a striking rune allows the blade to do is to cut through deeper and more violently than it would otherwise.
That that sounds kind of great.
On a mechanical level, it adds an extra dice to the damage.
Oh, that's kind of awesome.
Mhm.
Does that work with the blade ally
It
as
does,
well?
yeah.
It just keeps stacking. Oh my gosh.
Hmm.
This will become my new favorite thing in the world.
Hmm.
Just this one sword has everything
Yeah.
involved in it.
Hmm.
That's cool. Okay, 65 gold. Okay, I could do that if I could learn to sell things, and let go of trinkets and treasures, which I will never do. I would get there faster, but I can save. I can save. What about discounts for town heroes? Like, if I solve a big problem that's plaguing
Town
the town.
heroes.
Yeah. Like, I don't know if you heard, there was a dragon under the town. I slayed it. It was amazing. But there's also like these like hellhound situation. I'm about to knock that out in about a week. Like, super easy. Any discounts for town heroes?
Certainly have the bravado of a town hero.
Yes. You
Can
gotta
you
you gotta
make a
believe in yourself.
diplomacy check to try and?
I will. Before I even really do anything to help my reputation. Let's go. It's not terrible.
Okay.
I
That
think I
is
think Seelah's manifesting right now.
yeah. That is actually pretty much the number you need to.
I'll take it.
He nods. Yeah. Honestly, this town could use some new heroes. 10% is what I can do for you.
Sounds more reasonable. I'm glad to be the hero. Seelah, the name, lives at former fish camp.
Hmm.
That's yet to be named, but that's fine.
I'll even bring it down to an even 58 for you.
Amazing. That's even better math for me to figure out in my coin purse situation when it's a little bit more full, but I promise I will be back.
Kind of nods. I look forward to our next meeting.
Absolutely. I hope you're good with shields, because those may get destroyed soon.
In fact, I'm the best in town.
I've heard it. I've heard also you're the only in town, so like you really got
Well,
a corner on the market.
yeah, there are others, but
Not that I've heard of, so that's a good thing for you. No one's advertising.
the Otari market does have some. But
I'd rather the best to handle my weapons and wares, and I like awkwardly take back my smoking sword and put it away.
yes, you put it away. Yeah, he kind of nods, and yeah, with your diplomacy check, you have. He started out as unfriendly, so you have made him indifferent to you.
Yes, I'll take indifference.
Yeah. So
He's,
the way
he's not disappointed when I walk in now.
no. So the way that Pathfinder's like sort of reputation system works with each
Mm.
person is they start out with one of 5 attitudes: hostile, being the worst;
Yep.
unfriendly; indifferent; then friendly; and then
Mm.
helpful.
Amazing. I'm gonna work on it. I'm gonna get him to helpful.
Mm.
It's gonna be a
Um,
slow road, but I'll get there.
you see, you will know that basically as well, with diplomacy checks, each success that you do with them, um, is sort of raising them up one stage
Mm.
of that thing, and then, depending on the person, obviously, but a critical success raises you 2 stages.
That's cool. And do failures work the same way? You kind
Yes.
of fumble.
Yep.
Yeah, okay. I'm nervous now.
Hmm.
I gotta be
Um,
very diplomatic around this man.
yeah. You will also know, just from like the social encounter side of things, that you can use other skills to improve your
Mm.
reputation with people.
Yeah, I don't think intimidation is gonna help me.
Probably not, but you never
Probably
know.
not, but that's fine.
Uh-huh.
That's that's good though. Okay. I like how I was like, oh, I'll probably talk to him later in the future when I've broken stuff, and it's like the next day.
Yeah,
I'm here.
yeah,
Awesome. But now I've got something to save for, which is also very exciting. I don't
yeah.
think I want to sell any of my stuff. I'm too attached to my random decorations in my room. I think Seelah walks past Sione's like hoarded space and be like, okay, I hate that. It makes me nervous, but also maybe I should get some more stuff for my room.
Hmm.
So there's like an emerald and the opal just sitting on the window shelf being like, decor. Yeah. It's
I, you do you, honestly.
yeah.
Hmm.
See, I think Seelah may also just be like a little bit more light in terms of things because she's not used to having things,
Yeah.
having like grown up like quite a lot alone.
Hmm.
So, and like not necessarily on the move, but
Yeah.
yeah,
You also
carry
don't.
light stuff.
You also don't need to worry so much because a striking rune is like a level 4 item,
Oh, yeah.
quote unquote. So like
We'll get there.
you'll get there. It's something to save for.
Yeah. Hopefully the Hellhounds have heavy coin purses.
You never know.
Imagine a little Hellhound be like, I'm gonna go to the tavern, have a drink.
Just sitting down. Oh man, it's a rough day. All right.
It's a rough day breathing fire.
Yep. Cool.
Oh
So that's
man.
your third day.
That's
Um,
cool. That's amazing. I've done so much in 3 days.
yeah.
Love it.
So what do you want to do for the rest of your for
Um,
the other week that you
for
got
the
up your
yeah, for the
sleeve?
extra more 7 days. Okay, so she's feeling good about the town.
Hmm.
Like she knows it a little bit more and some people. I think also like she was doing it to learn about the people, but then also be seen as a face, which is why
Mm.
she's like insisting on being like, yeah, I live here if you need anything,
Yeah.
kind of thing. Making sure her reputation is also kind of there as someone who's
Sure.
around. Yeah, I guess.
Hmm.
Now to like really emphasize the town hero discount that she's gonna try to get in places.
Hmm.
Um, but for the rest of the time, I mean, at some point she'd probably lock down like Sione and maybe even Linny and try to be like, hey, like I've got word about the Hellhound situation,
Mm.
Cold and Frost, gonna be ace at this. I don't know magic, please help.
Hmm. Yeah. Cool.
And like let them know. But
Yeah.
obviously they're not here, so
Mm.
that happens.
Yeah.
There's a nice conversation.
Yeah. Um,
Um,
and if they watch this, then they'll know. No, it's
then they'll know.
yeah,
Yeah, just watch this, guys. No
yeah,
pressure.
yeah. No pressure.
Watch my
You have to
content.
watch this, otherwise, you won't know.
You'll never know.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mm.
that conversation didn't happen then.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Can you imagine? So, so,
Uh, yeah, I think Lynn, she's just probably just like pottering around the house, trying to like
mm,
help out, make sure, like, turn this fish camp into a fish home, into something else. Definitely brainstorms names, but like,
Mm,
mental stats not the best. So while
mm.
she's insistent that her names should be chosen, she's not really good at coming up with anything witty. Yeah.
Sure.
So it's just
Um,
like the lady's house. No, that sounds like a brothel.
you
Batch
can.
by the sea.
That's
Like,
not bad.
yeah, it's not bad.
Yeah. Um, yeah. You can over these next 7 days just chill if you want.
Yeah.
Um,
Maybe
but
actually at one point she would go, because I know Marisol was gonna go stake out. So I
mm,
think because we kind of did the stakeout and then like
mm,
saw it. So I think at one point, like one night,
yeah.
Seelah's like, I'm gonna join you, and it's tragic because she's so noisy in her armor and
Mm,
probably is chatting the whole time.
yeah.
So it's more just like us hanging
Yeah. Yeah.
and not
Absolutely.
being successful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, yeah. Let's also introduce you can in your downtime you can
Yeah.
earn an income if you so wish. Um,
Amazing. Yes. I've got a savings goal in mind
mhm.
now. So
So a little
yeah.
little side job.
Little side
Um,
hustle.
yeah. So out of the places that you've been to,
Mm.
where do you think you would like to work?
Earn some money.
Hmm.
Um, I think like Blades for Glades feels like an obvious choice, but I don't think she would be like wanting to push the relationship
Yeah.
with Carmen immediately, especially like
You're
the
also
first
not
meeting asking for a discount. Like it feels weird
you're also not like trained in crafting,
at
so
all.
yeah.
So I don't think I'm gonna be much of a help. That's a good point. What am I trained in? Okay, let's go. I'm gonna use my intimidation thing. I want to work at the rowdiest tavern
Yeah.
as like someone who sits in the corner, and if shit looks like it's going down, just give them the old eyeballs, because that's my feat is the eyeballing. I don't have to speak languages. I can just look at
Mhm.
people and then like make sure they settle down. Like act as like a kind of like a bouncer, like a bit of like a protector. Like
Okay.
I don't know if it would be Crow's Cast. It's probably more likely to be Crook's Nook, because if
Mm,
that's the if it has the same vibe as its name, I
mm.
imagine they get into some shenanigans.
Uh,
And not be like, oh, I'm gonna be your enforcer. Just be like, hey, if you've got trouble with patrons, I can make sure they leave and don't come back.
mhm. Uh, so
It
with
seems
that,
tragic.
it's a great idea.
Yeah.
So you as you're in going there, you haven't really talked to the proprietor. So if
Mm. Yeah.
let's do that. You head in during the day when there's sort of like downtime,
Quiet. Yeah.
and you see the proprietor here. This is her.
Oh, she's cool. I like her.
As she is currently wiping down the bar. Um,
Mm.
you see that she looks up at you with a sort of like neutral expression.
Yep.
Although there's like some sort of like mutual respect off of like I don't know what's the phrase. She sees that you're a powerful woman, and so she's like, yeah,
She
nice,
respects.
nice.
I like that.
Rolling in an armor.
Respect the hustle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm. Game recognizes game kind of thing.
Yeah,
Mm.
absolutely.
So she's wiping down the table. How may I help you?
Hi, I'm Seelah. I live at the former fish house camp. I forgot the word camp for a second. Hi, I'm Seelah. I live at the formal fish camp. But like we're in town for a while, and I got some time up my sleeves to like maybe come and help out around
Okay.
places. I know I don't look like I belong here, but trust me, I kind of grew up in places like this, so
Hmm.
I could maybe help out around if you like. Seal has no idea how to sell
Yeah.
himself as anything other than a fighter.
My name is Yinyas Mara Sela. Pleasure to meet you.
Yes, Mara. Pleasure's all mine.
Um, as for your countenance, it would be helpful to have a such a stalwart guard on the door. Although something tells me that you wouldn't need the plate armor and sword for my clientele.
Yeah, no, I know this is like it's an image that you're probably not trying to have here, so I could dress down for the situation.
Hmm. Can you do a diplomacy check to
Yeah,
try and convince Yunus Mera that you're
I have
on.
other clothes.
Mhm. Yeah.
Let's go. Okay, I'll accept it. It's not great, but it's
Okay.
good.
Yunus Mera nods and she says, "Well, even if you don't, I think I have some dresses that might be in your size."
Dress it. Yep, dress. I can do a dress. It's been a while. I wear a lot of pants. I can wear the pants under the dress, right?
If you want. I
Yeah,
suppose that would help with
absolutely.
the intimidating
And then as long as
look.
I have like this movement, that's good.
Hmm.
Though I can
Absolutely.
just, I mean, honestly, I could scare people with just looking at them. So like, you just let me know who you need to leave, and
Mhm.
I'll make them leave.
Fair enough. Well, Seelah, I think that you would be a welcome addition to our establishment. And call me in.
Absolutely, you can call me Seelah. I don't really have a nickname. I don't think you can nickname Seelah, but Yin is wonderful. That's
It's
nice and short and snappy.
it's definitely a lot easier to say than Yin Yasmera.
Yeah, easy
But
peasy.
it reminds me of home, so
Home's not here. Home's somewhere else.
home is somewhere else.
Same. I'm very new in town. You're obviously less new because you have this wonderful establishment.
Yes. But this is home now for me.
Fabulous. Well, thank you for welcoming into your home. I promise I'll do a bang up job.
Nods, and she she gets like you see her uh her what's the phrase? Her gauge of you is conflicted.
Yeah.
Um, because on the one hand, you have this sort of like champion's exterior, but
Mm.
she seems to almost soften to some aspect of you um, that you're not 100% sure of. As she nods, if you would like, come back here tonight and I will show you what we do.
It sounds great. I promise something else. I wear this more in the daytime anyway. It'll be a great time.
Awesome. I would love to see Seelah bounce her fan art. That would be amazing.
Bounce a
Um,
fan out in a dress,
yeah,
but clearly with pants
but
underneath.
clearly with pants underneath, and like sleeves rolled up, kind of thing, and
Yeah,
like
just like I can't have like little like crack seams
yeah,
where she's tried to flex in it.
yeah, be great.
Oh, I love her.
Um, so
Yay, awesome.
roll an
I got a job.
intimidation check to earn income.
Yes. It's so good. I love it. Let's go roll high.
That's
Yeah.
not
That's
bad.
pretty good.
Let's go. Let's go, Seelah. Believe. What's the? How do I do earn an income easily here? Uh, I will pull up the table.
Pull up a table. I love a table.
Hmm.
Good little table.
Good little table. Good little thing. You have intimidating glare, so I will
I
give
do.
you a little bit of a bonus. Um, to this. You're level 2. So, and you're
Three.
3 now.
Three.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's
We
right. You
pinged. It was
leveled.
great.
Yeah. What are you expert in? Are you expert
Uh,
in intimidation or?
I am an expert in intimidation.
Nice. It doesn't
Yeah.
actually change anything for this level, but that's cool.
No. That's good to
Um,
know.
yeah,
I got a +10 to it, which feels awesome. I
yeah.
should really intimidate people more often. Like the fact that I'm using it just to earn money right now.
You just like trying it out on, less
Yeah.
dire circumstance. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
completely
In
fair.
a safe space.
Um, cool. Yeah, so you will get a success, which means that you can
Fabulous.
earn 5 silver a day for your bouncer work.
Amazing. I love that.
So that is a total of 3 gold and 5 silver.
3 gold, 5 silver. That's awesome. I'll slowly get there.
Hmm.
I'm gonna add that to my sheet now. Yay. Look at that. Rounds me up to 20 gold. It feels good. Gotta
Um,
hope those hellhounds have purses.
yeah. Um, so yeah, I think that that would be basically like a week's worth
Yeah.
of work, and
Yeah, and then working at night as well. It's probably throwing off my like daytime. I'm sleeping in even more now.
yeah,
It's fine.
spending less time with Kyra, even though you kind of
Yeah.
like said, oh well, I'll wake up one of these mornings, and then it's like,
Yeah. Nope.
yeah, you kind of getting
Maybe
in,
one night I come home and then I'm like, look, come with me.
yeah.
Hang on, I just need to change out of this dress into something a little bit nicer looking. Definitely the wrong attire to go to a temple in.
Hmm. Yeah.
Yep.
Um, let's over the course of your different um over the course of your different adventures in talking, do in being a bouncer, do a perception check real quick.
Yeah. Let's go. Oh, let's know.
Let's know.
I think
Um,
maybe she's just absorbing too much and therefore absorbs nothing.
that is completely fair. Yep. So yeah, I think. Oh, me just looking at the wrong thing. Um, I think as we go through, let me just look up. You see a number of different individuals in this tavern and inn. You see some of them go upstairs to like, have a rest and that sort of thing.
Mm,
It's an inn as well as a tavern.
yeah.
Um, there are some rowdier individuals who like there are trapdoors in like the tavern floor, and Yin will tell you that it is sort of one of the customary things for patrons to who are a bit rowdier to do is to try and one up each other in a contest of strength, to open the trapdoor and then like force the other person in.
That is amazing. I love
Yeah,
that.
and whoever loses obviously ends up in the Otari River, which is
That is very fun.
yeah, um, yeah. Um, uh, as well as this perception check, can you? I don't know if you're trained, but can you do a society check as well?
Yes, I am trained.
Ooh.
So we'll see what happens. Ooh, man. It's nice
Um,
to know my dice curse extends to digital.
digital dice. Yep.
Yep.
Um, you have a look at how people treat Yin Yasmera,
Mm,
and you get the feeling that while she is just a proprietor of a tavern, the influence that she has with people would be on a same on a same tier as a publicly elected official. The
Yeah.
way that people talk to her, the way that people ask her for things, and
Mm.
hold her with respect. You kind of get the feeling that she's not the mayor, but like people hold her in that regard.
Yeah. She's got a
Mm,
higher authority. That's
yeah,
quite cool. Okay. Probably like picking up on that. Like
yeah,
I know like Seelah's like, I know I'm just kind of like killing some time.
yeah,
But this is I think a good relationship to also work on.
yeah.
So she'll maybe try to just do like a couple of extra
Hmm.
things or like turn up with like I don't know like a basket of muffins or something at the beginning of a shift. Like I don't know, like do something kind of like just be like, hey, thanks for like giving me a job. This is kind of
Hmm.
great. Also, you're kind of great. Yeah, I think Seelah has an understanding that like,
Mm,
yeah, you got like big mover and shakers at the top, but
mm,
like society's important all the way through
yeah.
because she started from nothing and
Mm.
now look at her. She's a town hero with a 10% discount.
Yeah.
So
I love that.
she's very cocky for a level 3 character.
She is. She is.
She
But
killed
hey,
a dragon, so like she's riding that high for the rest of her life.
confidence is key.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Um,
yeah, I think she'll like slowly trying to figure out, yeah,
yeah.
Yin's deal and be like, okay, this is something if I'm gonna make Otari my fish camp home, she's a good person to be in good with.
You get the feeling that uh, over the course of you working there for the week, that you and Yin become, that sort of fast friends
Mm,
feeling. Um, there's a certain vibe that you both have that you get the feeling almost if life hadn't taken a different path to lead you to becoming the champion that you are, you
mm,
may have turned into something along the lines of Yin.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I definitely see that.
Um,
Yeah.
yeah.
Seela probably talks a lot then about like her childhood and like growing up and like her parents dying and stuff and just be like, but then other
Yeah.
things happened and now I'm here.
Yin would probably like at first be a little bit like, are you okay kind of thing about like my parents died and
Trauma.
like yeah. But yeah, by the end of the week for sure, the two of you are friendly on friendly terms.
Yay! I'm gonna write that down on friendly terms.
Yeah.
I love it. Yeah. And I think Seela is okay with like her past just because like it led her to a good like something hopeful.
Mm,
Even though like in this instance she's really kind of like reverting back to herself. I think she
mm,
has the confidence of like living in this like part of society, this kind of like
mm.
darker part of society. It's a little bit dodgy. She's like, oh, I still have these skills,
Yeah.
which is nice.
Yeah. It feels
Yeah.
like riding a bike, just being with
Yeah.
these sorts of people. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, and you kind of get the feeling that it's not at this current stage, at the very least, you're not breaking any of your tenets
Yeah.
of being a champion of Iomade.
Still trying to do the good thing.
Still trying to do the good. So
Yep.
that's really cool.
Yay.
And so yeah, at the end of your 10 days, that's what you've done. You're a little
That's
bit richer,
cool. A
and
little bit richer.
yeah.
Know some more people. Learning
Mhm.
about Otari and got some aloe vera.
Yeah,
Yeah, at some point definitely got an aloe vera plant and like have it on the deck
yeah.
of our house. Just be like for future use only.
I love that. That's great. Yeah. So yeah, that is you.
That is
For
it.
that is the 10 days. So
Yay.
you finish
That's
off.
exciting. I feel productive.
Yeah, yeah. You
Yeah.
learned a whole bunch about the town, and
I learned so much.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
it's definitely exciting. So
Yeah. I'm definitely gonna be dragging the party around, be like, oh, you should come meet this person. And they're
Yeah,
gonna be like, how do you know?
yeah. I think that kind of is the way with a lot of this downtime. Uh,
Mm,
a lot of this downtime stuff is that it gives you that opportunity to talk to and get to know a lot of the different members of the town populace.
yeah.
And it's nice that we have those different people in town to be like, hey, you know, you
Yeah.
can actually do this and get like discounts. And there's even like, there's even a location traits breakdown, which allows you to effectively um, get specific bonuses depending on what the business and like location is.
That's
Um,
cool. I like
so
it.
the discount is actually a codified thing in the game. Um,
I love
the discount for your thing was specifically for the striking rune, not
Yep.
in general.
Not
Um,
in general.
but
It will be when we become
yeah,
friendly with each other.
yeah, that's the
Then,
one. Um,
yeah.
and gain more influence than just him being indifferent to you.
Yeah.
Um, but
Yeah, Seelah's like, this is a something I gotta work on, but it's a lot harder
mm,
than with Yin. Yin,
yeah,
I feel, is like a lot more of a natural friendship.
yeah, yeah. Definitely some more high maintenance friendship between you and Karma.
Yeah.
Um, cool. Yeah. So that's
That's
that.
cool. I
Um,
like it. Yay.
and
And then also the thirsty alpaca. I've got that written down, so
yeah.
I will definitely look into that at some
Okay.
point, but in a future
In
downtime.
a future downtime, in a future time, in a future place. That'd be good.
In a future stream.
In a future stream. Awesome. Well, thank you, Purdy. I know that you've
Amazing.
got
Thank
stuff to do,
you.
but yeah,
Yay. It was fun. It was
yeah,
so
it
good.
was a lot
Yay.
of
I've got
fun,
like,
and
yeah,
we
a
actually
lot of
kept to
information.
time pretty well. So
Yes. Love it.
yeah, I look forward to rolling dice on screen.
Amazing.
Yeah,
It adds a whole new dynamic.
yeah.
I love it.
And that feeling of like the dice rolling as well, like the tilt
Mm.
thing, just being
Oh,
like,
so dramatic.
yeah,
I can't wait to see everyone else roll on my screen as well.
yeah,
That's going to be a lot of fun.
yeah. Everyone roll initiative, and it's just like,
Oh, I'm so excited. I want
yeah,
to roll initiative. Not now by myself, with other people, please.
awesome. All right, cool. We'll catch you later,
Awesome.
and yeah.
Yay.